Today's lesson is called Tom Holland, Swinging into the Spotlight. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
I am Roger. Today we're talking about a celebrity, kind of a new celebrity that you may have seen in movies. And maybe he's a heartthrob for you, if you're a lady especially. We're talking about the up-and-coming British actor by the name of Tom Holland. My goodness, the UK keeps producing those young and exciting actors and actresses that become famous all over the world. People just go nuts for them, especially Tom Holland.
Yes, Tom Holland, who is not from Holland, okay? He's not Dutch, okay? He is from the UK. He's a British actor. And yes, we keep saying this name, Tom Holland. We should probably tell you why he's famous. He's famous right now because he's the newest Spider-Man, the newest Spider-Man to be featured on the silver screen. I believe he's the third Spider-Man to be featured there on the silver screen or to be a part of the Spider-Man movies. I believe the first was Tobey Maguire. The second was a guy named Andrew Garfield. And yes, the third Spider-Man so far is Tom Holland. And right now, he's involved in the Avengers movies because Spider-Man has become a part of these fights the Avengers are a part of as well. So, for this reason, Tom Holland is everywhere. He's everywhere because the Avengers movies are everywhere and because Spider-Man is everywhere. Yes, Tom Holland is Spider-Man, and for that reason, he is super famous. But he is not a one-trick pony, far from it. Tom Holland is a talented young man. He can do it all. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a short break, everyone. But when we come back, we'll start our article on Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, swinging into the spotlight. British actor Tom Holland has swung into the spotlight for his portrayal of a teenage Spider-Man. While many people know 23-year-old Holland only for this role, there's so much more to the up-and-coming star.
大家好，第一部分我们看到单字 portrayal 这个字是名词，指演绎、描绘。例如 The actor won an award for his portrayal of an English king. 这位演员演绎英国国王而获奖。另外，去除 portrayal 字尾的 al 则可以成为它的动词 portray， 有扮演、描写之意。我们可以说 The film portrayed the beloved historical figure as a villain. 这部电影将那位备受爱戴的历史人物描绘成坏蛋。
Okay, it's kind of interesting here that the title of today's article is Tom Holland Swinging into the Spotlight. Okay, swinging, of course, means you're grabbing onto a rope, or in the case of Spider-Man, you're grabbing onto a spider web and you're swinging throughout the city. So here he's actually swinging into the spotlight so you can see him, and he's very famous. Of course, the spotlight refers to that bright light that you'll see at a performance that shines on the star. So if you're in the spotlight, that means that you have all the attention.
Yeah, let's say you go to a theater, and we're not talking about a movie theater. You go to a theater and you see a play, okay? Very often, right before the play starts, they drop the lights, so it's dark in the room, and you are sitting there in the audience in a dark room. Then someone will come on to stage there, and a spotlight will come on. Okay, that spotlight, that light will tell you where to look. Later on, when many people, let's say, are on stage and stuff like that, the spotlight will follow the most important person in that play at that time. The spotlight will tell you who's important, who you should be paying attention to, who you should follow as an audience member. But here, we're not talking about this word spotlight in a literal way. Yeah, if you are in the spotlight, you are the center of people's attention at that time. You're super famous. You're the focus of everybody's attention, okay? So here, if Tom Holland is swinging into the spotlight, he is becoming important. He's becoming famous. People are paying attention attention to him. And like Roger said before, this is kind of cute. Tom Holland is Spider-Man, and Spider-Man swings around the city with his spider webs, that fluid that he can shoot out of his wrists that he uses as ropes. Yeah, he can swing through the city. So here we're saying that he's swinging into the spotlight. He is entering the spotlight. He's entering the focus of the public, and he's swinging like Spider-Man would. How funny. Anyways, let's get started. British actor Tom Holland has swung into the spotlight for his portrayal of a teenage Spider-Man.
My goodness, we're using the word swing a lot here because he's Spider-Man. He swings from a web. And in this sentence, we've got the past participle swung. Swing, swung, swung. So he has swung into the spotlight for his portrayal, or I guess you could also say his depiction of a teenage Spider-Man, when Spider-Man was a teenager, still going to high school, etc., etc. So here, of course, we've got the noun portrayal. That just refers to the time when you are an actor and you're acting out a role. It's your portrayal. That's the noun. The verb is to portray or to play a role.
Exactly. If you're talking about actors play roles. They act like other people, okay? And when they do that, they are portraying that character. Like Roger said, portray is the verb, portrayal is the noun. Now, moving on, the next sentence says, while many people know 23-year-old Holland only for this role, there is so much more to the up-and-coming star. Like I said before, yes, Holland is well known the world over right now because he's playing Spider-Man. But yes, he's not a one-trick pony. He can do it all. There is so much more to Tom Holland, and we'll be talking about that over the next couple of days. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a short break, but when we come back, we'll start talking about the man of the hour himself, Tom Holland.
With a father who was a comedian and author, and a mother who was a photographer, Holland was bound to be drawn to the arts, which was first evidenced by his taking dance lessons as a child. Despite being bullied for dancing, he never gave up on his passion, later saying, "You couldn't hit me hard enough to stop me from doing it." His perseverance paid off because at just 10 years old, he was discovered by a choreographer for Billy Elliot the Musical. After intense training in dance and gymnastics, he took the lead in the show.
第二部分，我们看到一个名词 comedian 指喜剧演员，像是 The audience laughed at the comedian's funny jokes. 观众被喜剧演员滑稽的玩笑弄得哈哈大笑。另外，补充一个相关的单字 comedy, C-O-M-E-D-Y, comedy 指喜剧。我们可以说 I'd rather not see something serious, so let's see a comedy. 我宁可不要看严肃的东西，所以看喜剧吧。再来，我们看到单字 perseverance， 这个字是名词，指坚韧不懈，不屈不挠。举例来说 If you want to improve, it will take hard work and perseverance. Nothing comes easy. 如果你想进步，需要努力和坚持，没有轻松就能办到的事。另外，补充 perseverance 的动词 persevere, P-E-R-S-E-V-E-R-E, persevere. 所以我们可以说In spite of hardships, the settlers persevered through the difficult winter. 虽然艰辛困苦，拓荒者们坚忍撑过了严苛的冬天。接着，我们看到一个名词 gymnastics, 指体操。例如 Jack used to do gymnastics when he was younger, but after the competition level rose, he decided to quit. Jack 年轻时从事体操运动，但当比赛难度变高时，他就决定放弃。
Now, with a father who is a comedian, an author, and a mother who is a photographer, Holland was bound to be drawn to the arts, which was first evidenced by his taking dance lessons as a child. So he had a father who was a comedian and a writer, and he also had a mother who was a photographer. So because he had these kinds of parents, well, it was very likely that he would be attracted to the arts. So here we've got the word be bound to, which means this is likely going to happen. It's probably your destiny. Yeah, because your father's a comedian. He likes to make people laugh. He gets on stage and tells jokes. And his mother was a photographer, so he was around this stuff when he was a kid. So, of course, it's only natural that he would also be interested in the arts.
So there you go. He had artistic parents. A father who was a comedian and an author, and then a mother who was a photographer. So he was bound to be drawn to the arts. That is, this was kind of inevitable for him. It was natural for him to do this. This was kind of expected. This was his destiny or his fate. Anyways, yes, he was bound to be drawn to the arts, which was first evidenced by his taking dance lessons as a child. Apparently, his parents noticed that he moved gracefully and said, hey, maybe young Tom here should take dance lessons. Anyways, before we move on, we do have to talk about an interesting word to be found in this sentence. We have the word evidence. Now, usually the word evidence is used as a noun. Evidence usually is proof, okay? The noun evidence refers to information or proof that tells you whether something is true or not, okay? But that's not the case here. The word evidence in this sentence is being used as a verb. Yeah, to evidence something is to show or to be proof of or evidence of something.
And this, of course, when it's used as a verb, is often used with the be verb. So as you can tell in the sentence, this was evidenced, or it was first evidenced, it was first shown because he took dance lessons when he was a child. Don't say dancing lessons. I've heard that so many times. We don't say it that way. He took dance lessons, okay? Dance lessons. And so because he took those dance lessons when he was a kid, that proved that he was bound to be drawn to the arts. It was his fate, it was his destiny that he was going to be similar to his parents. Now, in the next sentence here, it says, despite being bullied for dancing, he never gave up on his passion, later saying, you couldn't hit me hard enough to stop me from doing it. So, of course, if you're a young boy and you're taking dance lessons, at least where I'm from, you will be a target of bullies. Boys aren't supposed to do that. You're supposed to do macho things like go out for sports or learn to play the guitar or the drums and join a band or something like that. Nobody takes dance lessons if you're a boy. That's for girls, usually. That's the idea. But he was bullied when he was a kid for doing that.
So he was bullied as a young man. Tom Holland was, huh? That sounds a lot like Peter Parker, actually. I believe that Peter Parker, before he became Spider-Man in the comic books and the movies, he had some trouble with bullies at school as well. He was bullied, so maybe because of his history of being bullied, I should say. Maybe for this reason, not only was Holland bound to be drawn to the arts, but maybe he was bound to play Spider-Man one day. This was kind of a match made in heaven. Anyways, it says despite being bullied for dancing. And that means that Tom Holland was bullied for his dancing. But what does this verb bully mean? If you're bullied, you are insulted and picked on and beat up as a kid by other children. Yeah, these other kids who are beating you up and stuff like that, they're called bullies. Usually they're the insecure big people who feel good, or they only feel good when they're beating down on someone who's smaller than they are. Yes, to be bullied is to be picked on by people called bullies.
Yep, and of course it's interesting because the Chinese word baling comes from bully. It sounds similar, so of course that's how they came up with the word in Chinese. But in any case here, Tom Holland was bullied because he liked dancing, but he never gave up on that passion, and he later said, you couldn't hit me hard enough to stop me from dancing. I just love dancing so much. I I had to put on my boogie shoes. He just had to dance, and the bullies hit him, but he just kept on dancing right through it, just like Michael Jackson.
So maybe he was small, but he was a tough guy. Yeah, you can bully me all you want. You can hit me all you want. I'm going to keep dancing. Hey, I like this guy. He sure has perseverance. And speaking of perseverance, his perseverance paid off because at just 10 years old, he was discovered by a choreographer for Billy Elliot, the musical. How about that? He stuck with things. He was tough, and then he was discovered one day because of his perseverance.
Yep, a choreographer, of course, arranges the dance sequences. And, of course, if you don't give up on something, if you don't give up on your dreams, you persevere. That's the verb, and the noun, of course, is perseverance. That perseverance is not giving up led to his getting this role in a musical, Billy Elliot the Musical, and he was discovered by, again, a person who arranges dances, a choreographer. So that was the start of his career, and after intense training in dance and gymnastics, he took the lead in the show. Good for him. So he had training. Maybe he had training, maybe 1 hour a day or so, but that wasn't enough. He had to train for several hours a day, so we're going to call that kind of training intense training, okay? Training that is very, very severe, very strong. You really can't do much else besides that, and you're really tired at the end of the day, and you've got to do it again at the beginning of the next day. Of course, a lot of athletes go through intense training. Like basketball players probably need to practice 8 or 10 hours every day.
Wow. How intense, how challenging, how difficult. Anyways, it says here, after this intense training, he took the lead in the show. Good for him. He took the lead. Now here, to take the lead in something is kind of like becoming a leader, but that's not really the case here, okay? If you take the lead in a show, let's say, you become the most important performer in that show. You're going to be in the spotlight most of the time, or you're going to be the most important character. All right, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Holland's first film came in 2012 when he starred in The Impossible, a movie about a family caught in Thailand's 2004 tsunami. His moving performance as a brave but terrified young boy won him praise and several awards, including the National Board of Review Award for Breakthrough Performance. Following this impressive start, Holland went on to act in a variety of films until he got his big break, being chosen to play Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
第三部分，我们看到一个单字 terrify， 这个字是动词，有使恐惧、害怕之意。举例来说， Susie hoped to terrify her classmates with her scary Halloween costume. Susie 希望她恐怖的万圣节服装可以吓到同学。另外，常用 be terrified of 加名词或动名词来表示恐惧、害怕……我们可以说 Matt has been terrified of dogs ever since he was bitten by one as a child. Matt 自从小时候被一只狗咬过之后，他就对狗感到恐惧。最后我们看到名词 breakthrough， 用来指突破、重大进展。像是 The new album of the band was a breakthrough that brought them global success and fame. 这个乐团新专辑的突破为他们带来国际的成功及名声。另外，我们可以用片语 make a or the 加形容词加 breakthrough 来代表取得……的突破。我们可以说 After years of research, the scientists finally made a major breakthrough. 经过多年研究，科学家终于取得重大突破。
Okay, so he got the lead in that show and he never looked back. So his next project was a film. So Holland's first film came in 2012 when he starred in The Impossible, a movie about a family caught in Thailand's 2004 tsunami. This was the first movie that he was in. He starred in this movie. He was one of the main actors there. And this was about a family who were in Thailand when there was that big tsunami that hit Thailand and Indonesia because of the earthquake that happened back then. And, of course, the tsunami, of course, is a big wave that is caused by an earthquake.
That's exactly what a tsunami is. Now, more on Tom Holland's performance there in his first film called The Impossible. His moving performance as a brave but terrified young boy won him praise and several awards, including the National Board of Review Award for Breakthrough Performance. So it sounds like in his first role there, Holland was already making waves. No pun intended, I do know that this movie was about a big wave called a tsunami.
Indeed. So, of course, this is a breakthrough performance, which means a performance that actually changed things in his career, or especially in film itself, it was perhaps a performance that had never been done before. So it was something new, something that had not been done before. Of course, we're always looking through breakthroughs in cancer research so people don't have to die of cancer anymore. But following this impressive start, Holland went on to act in a variety of films, lots of different films, until he got his big break being chosen to play Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you can star in lots of movies and things like that. That's okay. But if you want to make millions of dollars and be known all over the world, you want to star in a major motion picture. So he got his big break, his big opportunity. He was going to be Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, of course, they produced all those films about the Avengers and the Mighty Thor and stuff like that.
Yep, you've made it. If you are a part of the MCU, there are no bigger motion pictures in the history of the world than those that have been made for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the MCU. So there you go, Tom Holland. He's made it. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. The Chinese teacher is on her way.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。同学们如果有在看漫威的电影，应该会注意到演蜘蛛人的那一位年轻演员 Tom Holland。 虽然很多人是因为蜘蛛人这个角色才注意到他，不过其实他的经历不只有这样哦。课文就是用到 There's so much more to the up and coming star 来描述他。那么 up and coming 是指崭露头角的，前途看好的。至于 there's so much more to something or somebody 就是用来表达某人不止如此，某事物不仅如此。那我们来补充相关的句型哦。第一种句型是 there is more to某人或某事物加上 than 再加什么什么，就可以表达某人或某事物不只是怎么样。那么 more 的前面你也可以加入修饰字词去加强它的语气，像你可以用 much more, so much more, a lot more, far more 等等。例如 There's much more to Paris than the Eiffel Tower 巴黎并不只有这个埃菲尔铁塔而已。好，第二个句型是 There is more to 某人或某事物than meets the eye 字面上的意思是某人或某事物比眼睛看到的还多，那其实就是用来表达什么什么不只看起来那么单纯，什么什么比外表看起来更复杂更厉害。那你也可以说 something is more than meets the eye 也可以表达相同的语义。例如 There is more to the robot than meets the eye 这个句子是要表达说那个机器人不像外表看起来那么简单，它其实更复杂更厉害。好，课文第二部分提到说 Tom Holland 的爸爸呢是喜剧演员跟作家，妈妈是摄影师，因此他注定会受到艺术吸引。那么课文句子是 Holland was bound to be drawn to the arts 当我们说 be bound to do something 就表示一定会怎么样，注定会怎么样。那么 bound 在这边是当形容词，表示必定的肯定的。 好 bound 其实就是 bind 的过去分词，那 bind 这个字它有束缚约束的意思，我们就可以把 be bound to 想成是受到束缚啊，被受限要做某事，你非做不可，那就以这种方式来联想注定会怎么样，一定会做某事的语义。例如 You're bound to make a lot of new friends 你一定会交到很多新朋友的。好，那顺便来学一下形容词 bound 的其他用法。bound 也可以用来表达正要或是计划前往某个地方，那当我们用 be bound for 加上一个地点，就表示准备前往某地，要开往某地。它的主词可以用人、物或者是交通工具。例如 The ship is bound for Africa 就表示那艘船准备开往非洲。好，另外我们还可以用名词加上连字号再加上 bound 把它构成一个复合形容词，像 London bound 就表示准备前往伦敦的。好，以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Spotlight.The attention of reporters can make life hard for celebrities who are always in the spotlight. Comedian. Comedian Brian Tseng is raising money to produce the first late-night political comedy show in Taiwan. Evidence. Our equipment needs to be replaced, as is evidenced by how often something breaks. Bully. Jenna used to bully other students until she decided to change her behavior and be a nicer person. Perseverance.When it comes to success, perseverance can be more important than intelligence. Intense. Cecilia passed the highest level of the language test after a semester of intense study. Terrify. The thought of speaking in front of a big crowd always terrifies Linda. Breakthrough. The artist's breakthrough album sold over 1 million copies within a month of being released.Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.